Welcome to Tuam Hospital. Innovation comes in many forms and touches our daily lives in many ways. Innovation visionary Clayton Christensen is best known for his work in the field of disruptive innovation, where new products and processes circumvent an ordinary product life cycle, bringing to people a revolutionary approach. Many of you listening today most likely have a smartphone in your pocket or purse. Telephone technology today incorporates media access, videos, GPS, streaming music, web surfing, texting, and so on right at our fingertips and everywhere we go. Actually, placing a phone call seems rather secondary use for the telephone today. Disruptive innovation has been born out of extensive research in the area of sustaining innovation. Sustaining innovation does not create new markets or value networks, but rather takes an established business process and evolves this process with sustainable improvements in methodology, content, and output. The output result is an improved and sustainable program of change that benefits persons and systems. A sustaining innovation can be described as continuous, further defined as evolving or discontinuous, and often described as transformational or revolutionary in nature. Our innovative CapEx process at Tuam can be labeled as all three. Watch now as we take you on our transformational journey.
Setup.
Hi, good morning, Dr. Borders.
Good morning.
We're just checking the telescope before the patient comes, but I found out it's like blurred.
You're right. I guess, it becomes very important to identify these things so that we don't get in the middle of the case and have an interruption with the case and with the patient care. Okay. Just make sure this gets marked so that it is sent down for repair.
Yes,
it doesn't get back in our system.
Gina, can you explain for the viewers what you're doing?
I'm gonna do the help desk now for this telescope. ID number, operating room, location. I'll put in my email so I'll have a feedback. So this goes to Biomed. Now I'll check the telescope, the description, and the catalog number, serial number. There's a 70-degree telescope EN 5425 and the asset number. And I'll put in as high because we only have one telescope now in circulation. And that's it. Then I'll follow up with Biomed.
Here, the biomedical technician is reviewing the scope for breakage that is associated with normal wear and tear or for misuse. He enters his findings into the technical report and returns this report to the end user. Ahmed, what is the status of this step?
Biomedical report uploaded now.
The OR materials coordinator has now received the report from the OR manager that the fiber optic scope is damaged beyond repair. Moving forward, he will need to place a process in the CapEx request for replacement. Ziad, can you tell us what the next steps in the process are now?
Now, the scope needs replacement. I placed the CapEx order, and now I can keep physicians and nurses always updated because I get regular updates by emails during the progress of the purchasing order, and there is no more missing paper.
The OR materials coordinator has filed his CapEx request, and the biomedical engineering department has been notified to attach their findings. This technical evaluation can now be viewed by all members of the ordering team. The required information at this point is now available to the CapEx operations officer to begin the purchasing process. With the required information online, the quotes for purchasing can begin. Rashani, what are the steps that you have completed here, and what's next in the store for the replacement of this fiber optic scope?
I have received all the required information for this request. I have verified the information and approved this request. A budgetary number has been assigned to confirm that I have allocated fund for this request. Our system notification has been sent to purchasing and finance to inform about this approval and to move forward with the purchasing process and to obtain quotations. Simultaneously, system notification has been sent to the requester and the biomedical staff informing about the progress of this request so far. This automated system keeps everyone informed about the progress of this request.
The purchasing officer is alerted of this pending price quotation request once approval notification is received from the CapEx operations officer. Rennie, how has this transformational process improved the ordering process for your department?
This new program makes quotation preparation very easy. All the necessary information is logged into the system and no lost papers, and no delay from purchasing. And the most important thing is that the requesting department can see at which stage we are in procuring the goods and there's no need to make any emails, no phone calls, no requests. So whenever the quotes are ready, they can come back and do the evaluation.
Once quotations are received from vendors, purchasing sends online notifications to the stakeholders informing them that the quotations are ready for the evaluation, and they suggest a date and time to complete the evaluation process. Our quotation evaluation process is multidisciplinary and involves key stakeholders to ensure that the quoted item is, in fact, what is required based on our technical specifications. Key members at the table include the end user, vital medical engineers, purchasing staff, and our CapEx operations officer. The results of the findings are placed into the CapEx system as they move toward the final budget and purchasing approval. Team, how is this process working out for you?
The CapEx system, comprehensive, easy, and available for all.
Folks, we're almost there. The final paperwork is compiled by the CapEx operations officer and presented to the chief operating officer for final review. Email notification has been sent to finance and purchasing confirming the budget approval to issue the PO. Once signatures are secured, we're into the home stretch. The purchasing officer has completed his review and made the final entries into the system. The estimated delivery date is entered based on price quotation documents from the selected vendor. When he submits the final documents, all stakeholders along the path are notified through their email systems that the purchase request is out the door. Once the purchase order has been placed, the finance team does a final check and approves the purchase order in Oracle. When the vendor is ready to ship, they notify our central receiving department. The logistics officer reviews the incoming email concerning delivery date and verifies technical specifications of the order prior to delivery. Once the item or items have been cleared to be received, notifications are placed in the CapEx system notifying the stakeholders of the expected delivery date. This inventory checking and notification process has eliminated incomplete order deliveries that are other than what was ordered, and has stopped a bait and switch process where vendors deliver an item claiming it was the one that was only available and it does not meet the tender specifications, hoping that the hospital will somehow accept it anyway. And so there you have it. From a former paper-intensive, time-consuming, document-losing process to a process that is streamlined, informative, transparent, and timely. Our sustaining innovation has taken a once complicated, frustrating, and cumbersome process to one that is evolutionary as much as it is revolutionary for Tawam. Above all, this sustaining innovation has stood the test of time. No longer are there complaints about delayed evaluation timings or ordering processes. No longer is there a need to manually track a purchase request. No longer are there incorrect purchases that require the return of merchandise. No longer are there delays in patient care and patient care access due to missing and broken equipment. Gone are the days of paperwork shuffle and lost time due to misplaced documents. Present are the days of efficiency, transparency, patient-centered workflows, and satisfied stakeholders. So there you have it. Where did we have to look for such a revolutionary change? No further than our own backyard. I'd like to introduce you to the ladies of Tawam Hospital that were responsible for the creation and building of our online CapEx system.